Oh, Vitya, my son, why are you so stupid? Hugh. What? Who? Mom, why are you here? What's wrong? Does something hurt? Victor jumped up and sat in bed, looking at his mother with huge eyes. The mother was sitting as a child at his headboard and smiling quietly. Lida, Victor's young wife, fearfully pulled the blanket up to her chin, lay still, not even blinking with fear. Ma, what are you doing? We're asleep. It's nighttime. So you're sleeping. Am I keeping you awake? Zoya Petrovna is surprised. Sleep, Vitya. Or why don't you go to the upper room? There's a bigger bed there. And Vitya, you don't feel comfortable, do you? I'll lie here, on the edge. I don't need much space. Your spouse is all over the bed. Zoya Petrovna glared angrily at Lida, who was huddled up against the wall. Mother, are you at all? Go to your room. We want to sleep. He's all grown up. He doesn't want his mother to aunt him anymore. Go to sleep. Sonny, I'll sit next to you. Mom, go to your room. What are you doing? It's her. She's the snake that snatched the child away from his mother. Crying and sobbing, Zoya Petrovna went to her room. Sorry, Lidusha. She's old now. I'm sorry, really. I understand, Vitya. But only what? Nothing. Sleep. Victor's mother gave birth to him when he was almost 40. The difference with his elder sisters is 20 years. Victor does not know his father. His mother never told him. She answered, pressing her lips together once, like a cutoff, that she would not say anything. There was no reason, her Vitya. That was it. The sister's father, a veteran, died 10 years before Vitya was born. Her mother was pulling the girls, but at her old age, as she herself once put it, she let her guard down. It was a shame. His mother told Vitya when he once asked her how she had managed to give birth to Vitya so many years after his father had died. I wanted to take a sin, but your sisters talked him out of it. So we had you, our little doll, our little berry. Vitya asked, demanded, even threatened to tell his mother who his father was, but she refused, and you're still here. You can cut me or eat me. I won't say anything, Victor. Vitya resented his mother because he wanted to, even though even his father would not recognize him, but he wanted to brag about him, or at least know that he exists. Victor's father was replaced by his son-in-law Yegor, the husband of his older sister, Katerina. He brought the boy up to be a man, or else you wouldn't know what he would have grown out of his mother's love and care. After the army, Victor left to go to university, and his mother was so proud of him that she ordered him to bring a daughter-in-law from the city, so that she would be an intellectual, definitely an intellectual. After his studies, Vitya enlisted to the north, earned good money, did not offend his mother, sent her money, once a month 100 rubles, a steady remittance, and where could she get so much? She put it all on her book, of course. She waited for her son. He telegraphed. In a word, we were on our way. She understood that her son was not alone, that he was with his bride. She was already planning her wedding. She imagined what kind of a bride she would be. Nastya or Natasha, that's right. Such an intelligent, scholarly, speaks confidently, a teacher or a doctor, just like Victor, a beauty. The old woman had such a dream that she herself fell in love with her imaginary daughter-in-law Natasha. She even believed in her fantasy and began to tell everyone what a clever and beautiful Natasha and how she loved Victor. She went to the dressmaker, Zina Kovaleva, to order a dress for Natasha, chose the material from which the dress would be made. And when Victor arrived, her mother almost wolfed down when she saw what kind of doll Victor had brought. Here, mother, this is my Lida. He pushed the girl to her mother. And she, what a soul, short dress, belly sticking out, like a wormy crucian carp, my goodness. Where's Natasha? I asked at a loss. What Natasha, mother? What are you saying? I didn't have any Natasha. My lawful wife, Lidishka, is here. Soon you'll have a grandson or granddaughter, so you'll have time to babysit your grandchildren. I didn't have much time with my elders. I was a kid. Natasha. Intelligent, city girl, teacher or doctor. Where is my son? Mother? Are you sick? Or have you gone crazy with joy? What kind of Natasha are you talking about? Take us inside. We're tired from the road. Lida needs rest. Zoya Petrovna went into the house on cotton legs, so yes, here's a dress for Natasha. Already in the evening, when Lida was asleep, tired from the road, reprimanded her beloved son, reproached him for not meeting his mother's hopes. Mother, you will get to know Lida better. You will love her. You know how good she is. I won't love her. I don't want to. She's spoiled too. What's she like? How can we have a wedding? Mother, what wedding? We had a wedding up north a year ago. I wrote to you. Didn't you read it? I put all your letters on the side of the church, and I thought you'd come and tell me all about them. You used to write to me every month about the cow, about the pig, about Shirik, Mama. I can write, but I can't read at all. Oh, Mama, Mama. Don't swear, Sonny, Vitya. You'd better tell me, are you here for good? I don't know yet, Mom. Did I study all these years for nothing? I think I'll leave Lida, and I'll go to town to settle in. And then I'll take you with me. Who will you take? Where to? You, Mom, Lida, and the baby, and you. I'm not going anywhere. And you, son, listen to your mother. Get rid of her. Take her away from where you brought her. You'll find a good one in town. Natasha. Mom, what's the matter? What Natasha? Nastya, son, listen to me. Don't ruin yourself. What do you need her for? Mom, Lida's my wife. She's carrying my child. I love her after all. Oh, the baby. Is the baby yours? He's in love. You're making this up, some kind of love. Take her away. Son, I beg you, listen to me. She's not right for you. She's some kind of weirdo. Victor didn't agree on anything with his mother. And at night there was such a concert. She came as a child to sit and admire her son. After her mother-in-law's visit, Lida could not sleep anymore, and Victor was spinning. After staying at home for 3 days, without agreeing anything with his mother, Victor went to get a job in the city. And my mother-in-law began to quietly drive Lida out. She told me about the mythical Natasha that her son would bring, and they would get married. What kind of wedding she would throw for her son. He's married to me. Lida tries to talk sense into her mother-in-law. Nothing. He got married, and will get married. You made the boy happy, and here you are. Suck it up. You've been imposing on us. Where did you come from? Well, Natasha will come soon and put things in order. You'll be flying ahead of your luggage, you little chum. Lida tried not to pay attention to the spiteful old woman, although according to Vitya's stories, his mother was the best in the world. Lida was from an orphanage. She was so happy that she would have a family, and finally a person she could affectionately call her mother. She didn't. Her mother-in-law hated her more and more. When Vitya came for a weekend, her mother-in-law would not let them be alone for a minute. She would secretly find out about Natasha, whether she had met her. Victor cursed at his mother, dismissed her, but she continued to bend her head. She began to go to some fortune tellers, dragged home all kinds of water, crept up and sprayed Lida surreptitiously. The young woman was frightened, tried to face her mother-in-law less. Told Victor that as soon as he was out of the gate, Lida runs to the men. Oh, my son, well, your spouse, as the dogs were walking all night, ran the fence, knocked on the window. One comes in, the second comes out. Oh, Mama. The son got angry. That's your Litka's men. She's wet-tailed, who you've taken a shine to, son. The next week, no sooner had Victor come in the house, his mother threw herself at his feet, showing the bruise on her arm. She lamented that the evil Lidka was starving her and beating her. Kick her out, kick her out, kick her out. What are you making up, mother? Don't you believe your mother? You've elevated Chumichka to a goddess, put her in a church, and pray to her. Another time he came unexpectedly, in the middle of the week, and saw Lida sitting on the lounge, nestled against the corner of the house, dozing. Lida, Why are you here? It's impossible to be at home. Zoya Petrovna. She poisoned some cockroaches and went to her girlfriend's for the night. It stinks so bad there. What kind of cockroaches, Lida? I don't know. Take me to the train station, Vitya. I can't. I'll go home. I have a room there. The girls won't leave me, and you. Look for your Natasha. We'll live. Don't worry. I'm exhausted. What are you doing, Lidusa? What are you doing? Get ready. Where to? We'll live in my room. They'll give us an apartment sooner. It's me and 2 guys. No big deal. We'll ask for a cot. You on the bed and me on the cot. Victor went into the house to get his wife's things. It stank mercilessly. And when they went to the bus stop to catch the evening bus, his mother came running. She screamed so much for Victor to take Lida away. The boys were given an apartment, and a boy was born, Sergey. Mother never got over the fact that Victor did not marry the intelligent Natasha, who was sure about to meet him on the way. Her mother was inescapable. She could not be taken out of her heart. Victor went to see her alone, while Lida collected parcels. From her. From the snake of separation. I won't take it, and I won't tell the truth. Mom, you should at least look at your grandson. No, she said as if to cut her off. I grew up without a father, and you wish this fate for my child. Ach, live as you wish. Victor got angry then, very angry, and did not go to his mother. His sisters had gone far away. He was the only one with grandchildren to help their children. Lida, a kind soul, sends Vitya to his mother. But he did go, just in time. She falls and cannot get up. She has barely made it to the bed. I took her to the hospital, but she needed care. What can you do? She is a mother. I took care of her. I did not say a word. He slipped a ruble to a nurse or himself, but he had to leave at night for an urgent job. What could he do? Lida knew that no one would jump for an old woman, and with such a temper, she had no choice but to go herself. She took Sergey and went to the hospital. The spiteful old woman saw her and turned her back against the wall. Lida put Sergey on a chair and silently started to change his mother-in-law's clothes and wash her. The mother-in-law glared angrily, but kept quiet. Mom, who's that? Your grandmother, Sergey. Go and pat your grandmother on the head. Take pity on her. She's in pain. Her leg and hand hurt. The old woman froze when her grandson's little hand touched the old, gray-haired head. Okay, Zoya Petrovna, we'll go. Vitya is at the site. Tomorrow he will come himself. Sorry for being so unceremonious. There was no way out. Goodbye. Lida, my mother-in-law called softly, in a whisper. Lida was already standing at the door. Sergey. Lidusha, forgive me. Thank you for showing me your grandson before you left. Lida came back. Before what? You what? Zoya Petrovna, you haven't even met your grandson. Stop it. The old woman is crying silently. Her tears are rolling. She looks at her grandson and her heart sinks. Every morning, Zoya Petrovna, who had already begun to walk quietly, looked out the window. Hey, my dear, have the daughter and her grandson arrived? They're coming down the corridor. Granny, Granny, I gave you some dandelions. They're yellow. They're so pretty. Smell them, and you'll get well. Ah, you're my golden boy. Ah, you're grandma's joy. You're my sunshine. Lidushka, what a doll he is, just like Vitya when he was a child. Forgive me, Lida, the harm I've done to you can never be atoned for, says Zoya Petrovna, quietly moving her feet and holding her daughter-in-law's hand. Forget all the bad things you've done, mother. Lida, I'm mean, stubborn with my temper, and I'm old, but I've never been mean. Ask whoever you want. Do you think it's because I got sick that I took you in? No, my darling. As soon as I saw that my son was happy, as soon as I made sure of that, I knew that everything was all right. My pride did not allow me to overcome myself in shame. You think I did not want to repent to you, and honey, how I wanted to. I didn't hold Sergey in my arms when he was little, and I've done a lot of foolish things. I think I'll have time to hold Natasha. Hold her? What Natasha, mother? Lida asks frightenedly. Lida, I've had 3 children. Do you think I don't notice anything? There are brown spots all over her face. She'll be a girl, pulling beauty from her mother. Zoya Petrovna also took Natasha. She lived in the village until the last one. Then Victor took her away. She tried to help Lida, to make everything easier for her. Mom, sit down and rest. You're so restless, said Lida laughing. Lidishka, I've missed so much time, so much to say and do. When her time came, the old woman had a hunch and said she would leave her son in peace. He would not be lost with such a wife. She kissed her grandchildren and left quietly.